10 millimeter when you want to erase any threat from existence.
Erase from existence.
What I'm really trying to say is, other rounds may kill the body, but this kills the soul. Welcome to the Milsert Mike channel. In my last video, I talked about the history of the 10mm and 40 caliber Smith & Wesson rounds. Please watch that video, as this will mainly be about the Delta Elite pistol. From the last video, we learned that the 10mm round and the CZ75 base Bren 10 were developed in conjunction. Overextension, substandard quality, and high prices led to bankruptcy of the company that produced the pistol, and the 10mm round might have gone down with it had Colt not become the first major producer to release a 10mm pistol, a 1911 variant called the Delta Elite in 1987. This provided a platform for the FBI to test the round due to their interest after the 1986 Miami shootout. While there was some law enforcement adoption of the Delta Elite, the development of the 40 Smith & Wesson pretty much put sales of most 10mm pistols on life support. Pretty much only interest by sportsmen kept the interest in the round alive, and that is my main purpose for this gun, and for the next couple decades. Still, the Delta Elite was discontinued in 1996, leaving pretty much Glock's offerings to keep the round alive. Interest in the 10mm round started gaining momentum toward the end of the last decade, and Colt reintroduced the Delta Elite in 2008-2009. The Delta Elite is basically a beefed-up Series 80 1911. It has a stiffer double recoil spring to mitigate the recoil of the hotter 10mm round. Early models had problems with flux stress cracks in the slide. Colt fixed this by cutting out a section in the rail. When the Delta Elite was reintroduced in 2008, it had a bushingless bull barrel, similar to the new Ruger SR 1911 10mm today. There were several complaints about accuracy with the setup, so Colt changed to a bushing setup you see on most normal 1911s. This caused a delay in the re-release. When Colt was facing bankruptcy a couple years ago, I went on a small spree where I purchased a few of their 1911s, including this Delta Elite. It also happened in that same year I missed a deer at 40 yards because I forgot to turn the power down on my rifle scope. I normally keep my scope at 8 to 9 power, which suits me well for 200 to 300 yards. I noticed that I consistently would hit a target at 25 and 40 yards with the Delta Elite, accurate enough that I trusted myself to kill a deer at this distance. I then started to take this as my backup gun deer hunting, and will definitely take it hog hunting someday. For the last couple years, I was using 230 grain bear loads, but now that Fort Scott Munitions started making 10mm ammo, 124 grain copper spun ammo that has a muzzle velocity of over 1,600 feet per second, I only use that. Out of my many guns, only about 10 serve a purpose other than collectability, and I'm happy to say this is one of them. I shot at a target from 25 yards out, much further than the 10 yards I usually practice with most other pistols. It was not a banner day for me, but almost all my shots would have killed the deer. I also shot a frozen turkey from 25 yards out with the Fort Scott Munitions ammo. It went all the way through, which shows the power of the round. The point of the copper spun ammo is to be barrier blind, but tumble on impact with soft tissue. Since the turkey was frozen solid, there was no soft tissue for tumbling, hence it going all the way through. I hope you enjoyed the video of one of my favorite pistols. If you don't already, please know where your elected officials, as well as groups paid to represent you, stand. You might find out that organizations who call themselves pro-Second Amendment, such as the NRA, have more in common with the anti-gunners than they do you. Please consider joining the GOA, a no-compromise pro-Second Amendment organization that keeps you informed of what's really going on, and most importantly, your state organization, who for most people does the heavy pro-Second Amendment lifting. If you like this video, please check out some of my other videos, comment, like, and subscribe. Also check out my Facebook, Twitter, and who I support on Patreon. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day. A little bit to the left or right. So definitely not the best, but still 1, 2, 3, at least 5 of those shots would kill the deer.